Uh, Yo, what's up? Wow, we got so essential oils totally work. So weird, there's a light right on me right now. Not really, eh? There we go. Now I'm red. You guys ready? Oh, really? You know what? I never even thought about using this thing for Instagram.
This person, our guy, but
Yo.
I don't know if the Republicans are structured the same way.
Section 3
I don't think they are unless something has changed.
It has to apply to the presidency, because if not, it a get out of jail free card. And in a country of laws where no man is above another, we can't have one office be able to do whatever they want when it comes to rebellion and then be able to be seated in office.
I love how Donald Trump pleads the fifth on the debates. Because that's like, seriously, things he says there could be used against him. It is kind of in his best interest while he's being prosecuted for all this shit to not be in the debates and not talk about this kind of stuff. But he does say other stuff publicly, though.
I also think he learned a lot from QAnon, right? Like, he doesn't have to say anything. This craze, this pro-Trump craze, will take him saying something or not saying something and formulate a reason why it's the smartest thing the man's ever done. It's fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Why people use Trump for an insurrection. Two of us hasn't started an insurrection.
Yeah.
Oh, Ludimus, I tried to get you to start one earlier tonight.
I stopped you. I had to.
Yes.
None of this seems very American. All that looks like the actual end of democracy.
Anything that Americans do is American, whether you like it or not. All the good stuff, all the shit you think is good, and all the things you think are bad, it's still American. Like, that's the way it is.
Even French fries are American.
Yeah, the funny thing is the origin of fries are Belgian, but they speak French in Belgium, and that's kind of where I think it came from originally, like the term French fries.
Well, the French, did they invent frying like that, or was that?
I don't think so. But I think that's such an old practice, it might be hard to even know where that started. There is a cut of fries called the French cut, but I think that's still Belgian in origin. I've had fries in Belgium. They are really good. They still use like actual lard to fry them, and they're pretty amazing. And you can get them like there's a place I had some up in Vancouver, and they were just the same as I remember them. So
yeah, is it palm frites? Is that what it's called in Vancouver?
Yeah, well, yeah, and in Belgium, in Brussels. And then in the Netherlands, it has a different name. It's not. It starts with a V, whatever the Dutch call it.
In Britain, they call them crisps. I like how we've unintentionally just had a King Cobra conversation. Like it started off with him telling us in the UK they call them chimps, and now we're like, in Belgium they call them frites. Mannequin piss has some good frites.
Yes,
juice.
Yes. And I've talked about that before, because that's where I go in Amsterdam when I'm there.
But you can't get them with Hatch chilies there.
This is how the Dutch say it this way. I don't know how to say it. We could try to sound that out, but chances are we're saying it wrong. But they say frites. Yeah. I'm not sure how to say it. The Dutch language is so weird.
If I had to pronounce it, I would say frites.
Yeah. They're down with the sickness. Yeah. But yeah, like, to me, like, I've only been to Belgium for a short period of time, but to me, it's like the wonderland of beer, waffles, and fries. And chocolate, but I'm not like a big sweets guy. I do like the waffles, though. It's just amazing.
All the time in Belgium I spent doing espionage stuff, so I didn't get to have a good bite. I was too busy saving the world from utter decay, doing murders, keeping Kevin Spacey out of prison. Y'all, that was a worldwide thing. He called me 00711.
Okay, here's Starches explaining how Eric July won.
Well, like I said, and it seems like a lot of my haters, people that come in the comment section,
Holy shit, dude! I didn't know Sturgis was friends with Master Swag King.
The Master Swag King.
We're on the wrong side of history.
Does
kidding.
Does Sturgis have an entire wardrobe of Rippaverse clothing?
Probably, but he's bought every piece probably.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
And he might have like a ton of other clothes, but just chooses to wear these online to show that he's a proud card-carrying member of the Rippaverse. You know, Sturgis is gonna get the year-long passes to Rippaland.
Say, well, don't you know what a settlement is? It's like, I understand what a settlement is, right? The reason I'm emphasizing settlement.
Master Swag King, MSK for short. By the way, something tells me his favorite comic book characters are Iron Man and Nightwing.
No way. I'm glad he told us MSK so we know what else to call him for short.
His eyes make me think he had fetal alcohol syndrome as a child.
He is kind of dumb. I've encountered him on Twitter before, like while arguing with Sturgis, and he just says a bunch of dumb stuff. I saw him like basically threatening to murder Vito too, because he was so mad about because like you know Eric July blamed the whole lawsuit on Vito, so he was all like super mad about it. I've seen him. He's a fucking moron. And then now Sturgis is gonna be like, yeah, I know what a settlement is, bud, but I said he won. It's like he didn't win. He spent a bunch of legal fees and had to eat crow and agree to some kind of settlement. He said originally he was going to fight it because his Rockstar lawyers were on the case, and that did not happen. He just delayed it and probably cost himself even more legal fees. Every month the lawyer's got to work for you, you're on the hook for thousands of dollars.
Shit.
Because what you all wanted was for him to lose the character's name. You wanted him to have to change it and lose. You wanted him to lose.
No. I thought it might happen, but there was a change, by the way. And it's funny because Eric July sycophants always make ISOM's not an acronym like the ministry. Then why was it spelled in all capital letters until just recently? Why did that change happen? Why was ISOM written like an acronym in all capital letters? What proper noun?
Don't a lot of comic books do that though? Like a lot of comic book names are written in
They would
capital
write
letters.
it, but they would write it like they would tweet ISOM and spell it capital ISOM in everything. In the title to a video, in everything. So, regardless of the font in the comic book, it was stylized in all capital letters, as if it was an acronym.
The trademark that
And now he's not doing that anymore, all of a sudden. That was part of the agreement, without a doubt. Because that change happened just after the settlement was announced.
Tree seems to have never owned. Because I was saying it for months prior. I was like, there's no way you can go and say, oh, this ISOM over here is an acronym, and this ISOM over here is the name of a comic book character. I've been saying it for months. I don't remember. I don't have a law degree. But it was pretty common sense.
Could have fooled me.
He doesn't have a law degree?
Yeah, I thought he had a law degree. I'm disappointed. I was like,
why
Sturgis
the
must
fuck
be a
am I
master.
subscribed?
Be a nothing burger. I knew it was going to be
Did you know
nothing.
I went to Luke's stream on Christmas? He was doing a premiere on Christmas. And I said, Merry Christmas, Luke. And he responded, but I was expecting to get banned immediately.
Did you get banned though? Because sometimes you get banned
No,
and
I
you
don't think
know.
so. Unless I got banned later, maybe. But he responded. He said, Merry Christmas. So I was like, oh, he must have really.
Yeah,
wanted
it sure
Merry
was.
Christmas.
Because he's really mad because he thought you were coming to his house.
And
So I don't
have a
know.
law degree.
Maybe he
That-
thought I was going to be Santa Claus and bring him gifts.
Was so terrible about all of it. I was able to determine that and figure that out. And then everybody looks at me and says I'm lowering one of his literally drunken peasants live stream. And then I lowered the bar for winning.
You did, and you do that for yourself and everyone on your side, and then like the bar for winning is sky high for everybody else. Like you are incredibly biased towards yourself and the people that agree with you. I mean, like we all are to a little, like a certain extent, but you are just to the point where you're just a moron and
Chat, do you like these
you're
things?
just a follower, a sycophant, a sheep.
It's like, no, bitch, I'm taking a victory lap on all of you because I was like really at the start of that video when he said that the trademark lawsuit was over and that Eric won. I literally my first sentence was, this is a shout out to Nerdettes Newsstand, Tony Vito, and Dick Masterson. Fuck all of you, basically. That all of you lost.
Okay.
They didn't lose.
Yeah, what did they lose? They got content and made money off of it. They monetized the haters, bud.
Yeah, the fact that all this happened at all was a win for them. Like, one of their trolls started this shit.
Yeah. That
You
was
can trust my
ridiculous.
man.
One moment. Give me
Do do do. Do do do. Do do do.
I couldn't ignore the whiny puppy at the door anymore. Had to let her in. All right. Here's another Storchus gem.
Hello everyone, I am Renowned Zero, and we are back again talking about some more from Vito himself, but we're also going to be talking about some coping
Did he edit something out?
Dickie Boy Masterson, some coping of course, and some over-exaggeration from Tony, and we're going to be talking about some random weird dude coming at Shane Davis's neck for no reason whatsoever, other than, I don't know, trying to start, I guess, Twitter drama. Jumping right into Alpha Core number 1, campaign, of course, as of recording on this video, currently at 1.183 million. So under 17K until it hits 1.2 million. Seems to be a misconception here that people are having.
Okay. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. These are numbers, and here's your weird lolly comic. It's not even yours. You just promote it for some reason. Whatever.
I really like that the 12-year-old looking girls have massive boobies.
You seem to have this misconception of when I said yesterday in my video that Mark Waid doesn't sell much comics, which he doesn't. A couple thousand comics to a retailer is not going to help the comic book industry.
He's always like talking about like, well, your numbers aren't good enough. It's like, okay.
Eric July could have saved tens of thousands of dollars, but because he couldn't keep his ego in check, he had to pay a fortune to his lawyers. He's so pathetic. He's one of my favorite lolcows. Ooh.
In any way, because that's a couple thousand comics to a retailer, not direct to consumer, like a model with Eric July or any kind of
Oh
crowdfunding.
man, smell that.
He just keeps making Eric July just keeps making videos about the settlement and the lawsuit and everything. It's like, you'd think he'd want to start doing something else, but I think, I mean, maybe that illusion of being oppressed helps him with his fan base, and that's why.
Of course. It's
Yeah.
us versus them mentality. It was built on us versus them mentality. The fact that he has someone that responds to him, even if he doesn't directly respond to them, it creates this idea that, you know, they're out to get him. Before it was him, he was gonna save comic books from woke Disney. And now it's like,
Okay, this one
not
doesn't
only
need to be
do I
live
save
anymore.
comic books from woke Disney, but more immediately, I'm fending off these guys who want to defend woke Disney, but no, they just want to point out what a